The rain-slicked streets of Manhattan gleamed under the sodium glow of streetlights as Asher stumbled out of the subway, his umbrella inverting like a bad joke in the wind. He was late, again, heart pounding not from the sprint but from the voicemail he'd ignored all day, his ex's voice, slurred and desperate, begging for one last chance. "Asher? Baby. I swear this time it's different," it had whispered. But Asher deleted it mid-stride. The deletion chimes swallowed by the roar of an oncoming taxi. Tonight, he told himself, was about fresh starts. Not ghosts. The new guy in marketing was starting today. And the office buzz said he was one of us, gay, single, and scorching hot. Asher burst through the glass doors of the ad agency on Madison Avenue, shaking off the downpour like a dog, his soaked button-down clinging to his lean frame. The elevator dinged open on the 17th floor. And there he was, leaning against the coffee station, scrolling his phone with the casual arrogance of someone who knew every eye in the room was on him. Jordan Hale, tall, broad-shouldered, with ink-black hair cropped short and a jawline that could cut glass, looked up, his blue eyes locking onto Asher's like a heat-seeking missile. "You must be the one who forgot the memo about umbrellas," Jordan said, his voice a low, teasing drawl that carried the faint twang of Texas roots polished smooth by years in the city. Asher's stomach flipped. It had been months since anyone made him feel this exposed, this alive. And in that split second, he knew this was trouble. The kind that started with flirtation and ended in flames. But flames? Asher craved them. After 2 years of nursing his ex through relapses and lies, he was done playing savior. Jordan extended a hand, his grip firm and warm, lingering just a beat too long. "Jordan. New blood. Heard this place runs on caffeine and cutthroat pitches. Figure I'll fit right in." Asher laughed. A real one. The kind that loosened the knot in his chest. And just like that, the office faded away. By lunch, they were trading stories over falafel wraps in the break room, Jordan's wild college days in Austin, Asher's quiet upstate New York childhood hiding crushes on the quarterback. "You're not like the suits here," Jordan murmured, his knee brushing Asher's under the table. "You've got that fire hidden. But there." Asher blushed, heat rising in his cheeks. And for the first time in forever, he believed it. The weeks blurred into a montage of stolen moments, late-night revisions where Jordan's fingers grazed Asher's as they passed laptops. Rooftop smokes during client calls where Jordan confessed his divorce from a high school sweetheart who'd never known the real him. "Came out at 25. Lost everything but gained my soul," Jordan said one evening, the city skyline glittering behind them like a promise. Asher nodded, sharing his own scars, the ex who'd promised forever then shattered it with crystal meth and motel rooms. "We deserve better," Asher whispered, and Jordan's hand found his, pulling him close in the shadow of the water tower. Their first kiss tasted like rain and rebellion. Jordan's lips urgent, Asher's tentative at first, then melting into something deeper, a hunger that echoed off the concrete. By month's end, they were official dinners at dimly lit bistros in the village, where Jordan's laugh filled the space between plates of carbonara, his stories painting him as the ultimate survivor, orphaned young, bootstrapped through J-school on scholarships, now chasing the American dream one pitch at a time. Asher fell hard, the kind of fall that rewires your brain. Jordan fit him like a missing puzzle piece, same love for indie bands, same disdain for corporate ladders, same quiet faith in second chances. "You're my anchor," Ash, Jordan murmured one night, tangled in Asher's sheets in his cramped Brooklyn walk-up, the sheets smelling of salt and sweat. Asher traced the tattoo on Jordan's chest, a compass rose, inked in faded blue, and whispered back, "And you're my north, but anchors drag, and north shifts." It started small, Jordan's late nights, networking, his phone buzzing with texts he silenced too quickly. Asher chalked it up to the job, the pressure of proving himself in a cutthroat firm. Then came the bruises, faint ones on Jordan's knuckles after a bar fight with some drunk asshole. Asher patched him up with ice and concern, but Jordan waved it off with a grin. Old habits from Texas? Nothing you need to worry about. Worry? It gnawed at Asher like termites in the walls of their budding life. The romance bloomed. Weekend getaways to the Hamptons, where Jordan drove with the windows down, belting Springsteen, his hand on Asher's thigh like it belonged there. They made love on the beach at dawn, waves crashing like applause, Jordan's body a map Asher memorized, strong lines, soft curves, the way he gasped Asher's name like a prayer. Office life wove them tighter. Colleagues ribbed them good-naturedly, lovebirds taking over the conference room again, and Asher's productivity soared, his pitches sharper with Jordan's input. They dreamed aloud, a cabin in the Adirondacks someday, dogs and quiet mornings, away from the grind. No more hiding, Jordan vowed, kissing Asher's temple. "We're building this together." Asher believed him, every word, because in Jordan's eyes, he saw his own reflection, vulnerable, hopeful, unbreakable. Yet cracks spiderwebbed beneath the surface. One Friday, after a killer presentation, they hit a dive bar in Hell's Kitchen, the kind with sticky floors and drag queens slinging shots. Jordan downed whiskeys like water, his charm turning razor-edged as the night wore on. "To us," he toasted, clinking glasses, but his eyes darted to the door every few minutes. Nursing a beer. Caught a glimpse, a guy at the bar, built like a linebacker, staring back with a smirk that twisted Asher's gut. "Old friend?" he asked lightly. Jordan's laugh was too loud. "Nah, just some creep." "Let's dance." They did. Bodies pressed in the throb of bass. Jordan's hands possessive on Asher's hips. But when Asher turned, the guy was gone, and Jordan's grip tightened like a warning. That night, in the cab home, Jordan passed out cold, phone slipping from his pocket. Asher didn't mean to look, God. He hated himself for it, but the screen lit up, a text from G. "Missed you tonight. G. Same spot tomorrow? Don't ghost me again." Heart slamming. Asher locked the screen. Bile rising. Lies? Jordan wouldn't. He was the good one. The one who'd chosen him. By morning, Asher shoved it down, waking Jordan with coffee and a smile. "Rough night," Jordan groaned, pulling him back to bed. "Only if you're not in it." They made love slow and sweet, Jordan's apologies unspoken but felt in every touch. And Asher forgave without words. Because love like this, it was worth the risk. Summer heat blanketed the city like a fever dream. And with it came the invitations, pride parades, rooftop parties, the whirlwind of queer New York swallowing them whole. Jordan thrived in it, his energy electric, dancing shirtless on floats, charming strangers with tales of his reinvention. Asher watched. A little awed, Jordan was sunlight, pulling him from the shade of his own doubts. But shadows lingered. The bruises returned. This time on Jordan's ribs. Explained away as gym mishaps. Asher pressed once. Gently, "Talk to me, babe," and Jordan's face shuddered. "It's nothing. Trust me." Trust. The word hung between them like smoke. Then came the promotion, joint leads on a major campaign for a queer-owned apparel brand. Late nights turned epic. Takeout boxes piling up in Asher's apartment as they brainstormed taglines, "Embrace your true fit," laughing until dawn. Jordan's ideas were gold. Bold and unapologetic, mirroring Asher's quiet precision. "We're unstoppable," Jordan said, high-fiving him over sketches. Until the fight. It erupted over something stupid, a forgotten dinner reservation. Jordan's phone going straight to voicemail. "Where the hell were you?" Asher demanded, voice cracking. Jordan's eyes flashed. "Oh. Living. You gonna clip my wings now?" "Ash." The words landed like punches. Asher reeling. "I'm not your ex. I'm trying to build something real." Jordan softened, pulling him into a hug that smelled of bourbon and regret. "I know. I'm scared. Okay? It's too good." They reconciled in tears and touches, vowing transparency, but the seed of doubt sprouted thorns. Fall crept in with amber leaves and chill winds, mirroring the shift in their rhythm. Jordan pulled away subtly, canceled plans for family stuff back in Texas. Vague emails from clients. Asher filled the voids with work. Gym sessions? Calls to his therapist about codependency red flags. "He's not him," he'd affirm in the mirror, green eyes staring back defiant. Yet when Jordan reappeared, all smiles and stolen kisses in the supply closet, Asher melted. Romance was their glue, a surprise trip to Fire Island, where they walked hand in hand on dunes, Jordan carving their initials into driftwood. "Forever starts here," he said. Then Asher, heartful, believed it again. But forever fractures. The night it all unraveled was a Thursday in November. The city dusted with early snow. They'd wrapped the campaign early, celebrating at a speakeasy in the Bowery, craft cocktails. Low lights. Jordan's foot hooked around Asher's under the booth. "To us," Jordan toasted, eyes sparkling. Asher clinked, warmth spreading, but that text from months ago echoed faintly. As the bar emptied, Jordan's phone buzzed. He glanced, then stood abruptly. "Gotta take this. Be right back." Minutes stretched to 20. Asher nursing his drink alone, anxiety coiling. He followed the pull toward the back alley, pushing through the emergency door into the bite of winter air. Under the flicker of a dying bulb, Jordan pressed against the brick wall. The linebacker from the bar, sir. His name flashed in Asher's mind from a half-remembered office rumor, kissing him fierce and deep. Jordan's hands roamed. Urgent. No hesitation. The compass tattoo peeking from his unbuttoned shirt like a lie in ink. Asher froze. The world tilting. Snowflakes melting on his lashes as the betrayal sank in. Not a mistake, but a pattern. A secret life Jordan had woven around their love like barbed wire. "Jordan," the word escaped, raw and broken, and they sprang apart, Jordan's face paling. It's not, but it was. Everything. Nothing alike. Asher turned, fleeing into the night. sobs choking him as taxis blurred by. He didn't stop until his Brooklyn stoop, collapsing against the door, the key trembling in his lock. Inside, the apartment mocked him, Jordan's hoodie on the couch, their shared mug on the counter. He sank to the floor, phone exploding with texts, "Baby? Let me explain. It's complicated. Complicated." The word fueled the rage, the grief crashing like waves. Hours later, dawn graying the windows, Asher drafted the email, professional, final, effective immediately. "I'm stepping off the campaign. Best of luck." Pietzend then blocked the number, the silence deafening. Days bled into weeks, the office a minefield. Jordan cornered him in the kitchenette, eyes red-rimmed. "I love you." "Tyler's. It's old shit. From before. I was gonna end it, but..." Asher saw them now, the bruises from fights that were makeups, the late nights hookups, the charm a mask for chaos. "You chose that life over us," Asher said, voice steady despite the shatter inside. "We're done." Jordan's plea, "Don't throw us away," broke something. But Asher walked, head high. The elevator his confessional. Healing was jagged, therapy sessions dissecting the gaslighting, pride flags in his window as armor, nights out with friends who rallied like family. Asher pitched solo, his ideas landing the campaign anyway. A quiet victory. Jordan transferred out by Christmas, whispers of a demotion trailing him like smoke. Asher didn't gloat, pity flickered, then faded. One snowy evening, staring at the compass sketch he'd kept, ironic now, he burned it in the sink, flames dancing like release. Spring thawed the city, and Asher with it. A coffee run turned into a number swap with Liam, the barista with kind eyes and no secrets. Their first date was tentative, laughs over lot, hands brushing without agenda. "You're glowing," Liam said, and Asher smiled, real and unscarred. Wasn't a North Star but a constellation, multiple lights, guiding without burning. In the end, Asher stood on his rooftop, Manhattan sprawling below. A queer man remade. Jordan had been a storm, fierce and fleeting, teaching him the shape of his own strength. Nothing alike? Maybe. But Asher, with his fire unhidden, was whole. The promotion lingered like a ghost in Asher's inbox. The email from HR as sterile congratulations that did nothing to fill the void Jordan had carved out. He stared at his laptop screen in the dim glow of his apartment, the cursor blinking mockingly over a blank document. It was supposed to be their triumph. A dual byline splashed across the agency's newsletter, but now it was just his name, alone and echoing. "Fuck you," Asher muttered to the empty room, slamming the lid shut. His therapist had warned him about this, the anger phase, hot and holy, but knowing didn't dull the edge. He grabbed his jacket, needing air, needing anything but the scent of Jordan's cologne still clinging to the pillows like a taunt. Brooklyn streets buzzed with evening life, dog walkers in puffer vests, couples arguing softly over takeout bags. Asher wove through, collar up against the chill, his mind replaying the alley in loops, the press of bodies. Jordan's gasp cut short by Asher's voice. Betrayal wasn't just the act, it was the rewrite of every memory, turning tender touches into transactions. That Hamptons weekend? A stolen interlude. The rooftop kiss? Rehearsal for someone else. By the time he reached the park, breath ragged, tears frozen on his cheeks, Asher collapsed onto a bench, the Hudson's dark flow mirroring his turmoil. A jogger slowed, concern etching his face. Mithries? Salt and pepper beard. The kind of steady guy who looked like he fixed things for a living. "You okay, man?" he asked, voice gravelly with that Midwestern lilt. Asher wiped his face, forcing a nod. "Yeah. Shit. It's a danger." He introduced, didn't pry. Just sat at a respectful distance, pulling a thermos from his pack. "Coffee?" "Strong, cures most wounds," Asher accepted, the warmth seeping through the metal like a lifeline. They talked edges only, Mark's divorce from his wife after coming out at 40, Asher's fresh scar. No numbers exchanged, but the company stuck. A reminder that the world held more than heartbreak. Back home, Asher showered scalding, scrubbing until his skin pinked, then curled under blankets with a true crime podcast to drown the silence. Sleep came fitful, dreams of compasses spinning wild, pointing everywhere but home. Morning brought routine as rebellion, kale smoothie, spin class where he pushed until his legs screamed, the burn a proxy for the ache in his chest. At the office, he armored up, crisp shirt, smile practiced in the mirror, and dove into revisions, the campaign's visuals now his solo canvas. Colleagues tiptoed, "Heard about Jordan, sorry." "Dude." Asher waved it off. Water under the bridge. But one that bought time. Liam entered like sunlight through blinds, tentative at first. The barista from his corner spot, tall, lanky, with freckles like constellations and a laugh that crinkled his hazel eyes, had slipped him a free pastry that first post-breakup week. Scribbled note, "Hang in there. Coffee's on me tomorrow." Asher returned. Conversation flowing easy over counters. Indie films? The best hole-in-the-wall tacos in Bushwick. By week 3, it was a date, neutral ground, a bookstore cafe in Park Slope, shelves groaning with queer lit and the scent of fresh pages. Liam listened, really listened, when Asher spilled fragments, the alley, the slow rebuild. "That sucks, man," Liam said, thumb tracing his mug's rim. "But you're out here, showing up. That's brave as hell." Their rhythm built slow. No fireworks but steady glow. Walks along the waterfront, hands swinging loose until they linked natural as breathing. Liam's apartment was a revelation, plants everywhere. Succulents thriving in mismatched pots. A balcony strung with fairy lights where they shared beers and stargazing apps. "I'm not great at this," Liam admitted one night. Nerves making him fidget. "Last guy was a musician, always touring. Left me chasing echoes." Asher leaned in, forehead to forehead. "Then let's stay put." No chasing. The kiss was soft, exploratory, Liam's lips tasting of mint and possibility. No urgency, just presence, and in that, Asher found grace. But Jordan's shadow stretched long. A package arrived mid-May, no return address. But Asher knew, the Compass Rose keychain from their Fire Island trip. Engraved north together. Inside. A note, "I fucked up. Can we talk? G." Rage flared. Hot and immediate, Asher tore it to shreds, scattering confetti over the East River during his lunch jog. What words fixed a fracture this deep? Yet doubt whispered, was it all facade? Thus, the dreams, staged? Therapy unpacked it, projection? The ex's playbook. He showed you who he was, his counselor said. Believe the evidence, not the hope. Work became Asher's phoenix. The campaign launched to acclaim. Billboards in Times Square beaming embrace your true fit. Models diverse and defiant. Asher's vision pulsing through every frame. At the wrap party, rooftop under stars, clients toasted him, you nailed it. Kid. Pride swelled. Untainted. Liam was there, arm around his waist, whispering, proud of you. Asher grinned, the city at their feet, feeling for the first time like he belonged, not to someone, but to himself. Summer solstice brought heat waves and revelations. Jordan resurfaced via mutual friend, demoted, checking into rehab upstate. He asked about you, the friend said awkwardly over drinks. Asher sipped his gin, said he. Tell him I'm good. Really? No gloating. Just truth. Rehab? Maybe redemption. But not his to grant. That night, with Liam, they cooked messy pasta, wine stains on shirts, laughing over burned garlic. Limbs tangled. Liam traced Asher's freckles. You're my favorite story. Asher arched into the touch, whispering, keep reading. Yet scars itched. A client meeting triggered it, the exec. All charm and hidden barbs, echoing Jordan's mask. Asher bolted to the bathroom, splashing water, breathing through the panic. Liam met him after. No questions. Just a drive to Coney Island, boardwalk lights blurring. Cotton candy dissolving on tongues. You're safe, Liam said. And Asher believed him. The Ferris wheel creaking their confessional. Fall painted the leaves gold, mirroring Asher's quiet bloom. He adopted a rescue mutt, Rusty. All wiry fur and wagging tail, walks becoming therapy with paws. Liam moved in incrementally, a toothbrush, then a drawer. Their lives interleaving like vines. Holidays loomed. Thanksgiving a test, family upstate. Probing questions about that nice boy. Asher brought Liam. Hands clasped under the table. Ants cooing over pie. He's a keeper, Mom whispered. And Asher nodded. Throat tight with yes. Winter's cusp. 1 year post-alley. Asher stood at the same speakeasy, Liam's hand in his. The booth felt smaller, warmer. No buzzes. No ghosts. To new nights, Liam toasted. Asher clinked, eyes on the man who'd stayed. Jordan? Chapter closed. Lessons etched. Love demands truth, not blind faith. Remade in fire and frost. Chose light. But light cast shadows. And one lingered, a call from Texas. Jordan's sister, he's out. Asking for you. Asher paused. Phone heavy. Forgive? Not yet. But call back? Maybe. Humanity's arc bent gentle. After all. He dialed Liam instead. Come home, he said. And did. The call from Jordan's sister hung in Asher's pocket like a stone, weighing down the Yuletide cheer he'd mustered for the office holiday party. Fairy lights twinkled from cubicle dividers. Eggnog spiked just enough to loosen ties. But Asher nursed a seltzer, the fizz mocking his flat mood. Liam was across the room, charming the boss with tales of his graphic design side hustle, his laugh a beacon pulling Asher through the crowd. Yet the stone-pressed, he's stable now. Wants to make amends. Amends. The word tasted bitter, like overbrewed tea. He slipped out to the fire escape, the December bite nipping at his knuckles as he lit a rare smoke, contraband from a friend's pack. A vice for vice's sake. Below, Manhattan pulsed. Taxis honking carols. Steam rising from grates like ghosts ascending. Asher exhaled. Smoke curling into questions. What did Jordan want? Absolution? A footnote in his recovery story? The door creaked. Liam stepped out, shrugging on his coat. Escaping the mistletoe police? He teased. But his eyes scanned Asher's face, reading the tension like Braille. Asher passed the cigarette, Liam taking a drag, coughing lightly. Spill. Asher did. Words tumbling. The call. The rehab glow-up. The unspoken pull of unfinished business. Liam listened, arm around shoulders. No jealousy, just solidarity. You don't owe him shit. But if closing the loop helps. He trailed off, kissing Asher's temple. I'm here. Whatever. That night, in their shared bed, Liam's plants crowding the windowsill, they made love fierce. Reclaiming space. Bodies a map of now. Not then. New Year's dawned crisp. Resolutions scribbled on napkins over brunch. Asher's, boundaries. Always, Liam's, more gallery shows for his art. They rang in the year on the Brooklyn Bridge. Fireworks blooming over the harbor. Strangers cheering as they kissed at midnight. This year? Us, Liam murmured. And Asher clung. Fireworks reflecting in his eyes like promises kept. January thawed secrets. Asher met Jordan at a neutral spot, a quiet cafe in Midtown. Snow dusting the awnings like powdered sugar. Jordan looked. Diminished, cheeks hollowed. Eyes clear but shadowed. The compass tattoo hidden under a wool sweater. Thanks for coming, he started. Voice rough. I was a mess. Tyler was. Addiction. Not love. The lying. The hiding, it spiraled. Asher nodded, stirring his lot. Steam rising like barriers. I get it. Patterns. But you chose them over us. Jordan winced, leaning forward. I know. Self-sabotage. Straight out of the Texas playbook, daddy issues. Bar fights. Chasing highs to outrun the low. He paused. Eyes pleading. I loved you. Still do. In a fucked up way. Just wanted to say sorry. For real. The apology landed soft. No thunder. Asher searched his face. No mask. Just man. Broken and mending. I forgive you, he said finally. The words freeing something locked in his ribs. Not for you. For me. They hugged awkward. Jordan's frame slimmer. Scent changed, no bourbon. Just soap. Take care, Asher said. Stepping into the slush. Lighter. Closure wasn't erasure, it was permission to archive. Spring unfurled green. Their life a tapestry weaving tighter. Rusty the dog adopted them fully. Zoom eyes across Prospect Park meadows. Liam sketching him mid-leap. Asher's pitches evolved, bolder. Infused with Liam's artistic eye, landing a dream client, a nonprofit for queer youth shelters. Late nights brainstorming turned intimate. white-barred smeared with marker kisses. "You're brilliant," Liam said one dawn, head on Asher's lap. And Asher believed it, scars fading to silver threads. But drama stalked, uninvited. Office gossip reignited. Jordan, back in the city on a freelance gig, spotted at a Chelsea club with Tyler, reformed? Or relapse? Whispers reached Asher via email chain. Heard he's spiraling again. "You okay?" Paranoia prickled. Was this karma's echo? Liam shut it down. "Not your circus." Yet doubt crept. Nights when Asher stared at the ceiling, wondering if love was just waiting for the next fracture. The crisis crested Memorial Day weekend. A cabin rental in the Catskills, Asher's birthday gift to Liam. A nod to unspoken dreams. They drove up Friday. Windows down. Playlist heavy on Hozier and Fleetwood Mac. Rusty panting in the back. The cabin was rustic charm, stone fireplace, loft bed overlooking pines, a deck for stargazing. They arrived to rain, sheets lashing the tin roof, turning the world soft and secret. "Perfect," Liam grinned, pulling Asher into a dance in the kitchen, bare feet on cool wood, laughter echoing. Saturday dawned blue. Hikes through fern-choked trails, hands-linked, picnics of cheese and figs. Liam proposed a game, truth or truth. No dares. Just peeling layers. "Favorite scar?" Liam asked, tracing Asher's appendix line. "This one," Asher said, tapping his chest. "Jordan taught me limits." Liam nodded, sharing his own. The silence after coming out to conservative folks. The relief of chosen family. Vulnerability bonded them, deeper than skin. Evening brought fireflies and firelight, s'mores melting on skewers, wine warming veins. Liam pulled a small box from his pack, not ring, but a key, etched with a tiny star. To the apartment. Officially, Asher's throat closed, tears pricking. Yes, they made love on the rug, slow and sacred, rain pattering applause. But midnight thunder rolled, power flickering, and in the dark, Asher's phone buzzed, unknown number, saw your billboard. Proud. Miss you. G. The stone returned. Heavier. Asher deleted, but sleep evaded. Mind churning. Why now? Coincidence? Or Jordan's radar? Sensing Asher's peace, dawn found him on the deck. Coffee cold, rusty at his feet. Liam joined, sensing the shift. Him, Asher nodded, handing the phone. Liam read, sighed. Block him. We're here. But Asher's voice cracked. What if it's always this? Echoes pulling me back. Liam cupped his face. Fierce. Then we face them. Together. You're not alone anymore. The drive home was quiet resolve. Rain clearing to sun. Back in Brooklyn. Asher drafted a final message, unblocked for one send, happy for your progress. But my life's full. Wishing you light. Fuck. Liam cooked dinner, pad thai from scratch, limes squeezed bright, and over plates. They planned gallery opening for Liam's show, adoption papers for Rusty, a trip to Provincetown come summer. June bloomed pride, rainbows flooding streets, Asher marching with Liam, signs high, love wins, every time. The parade was catharsis, drag floats thumping gaga. Cheers for trans allies, Asher's voice hoarse from chance. That night, rooftop party with friends, bodies swaying under lanterns. Asher danced free. Liam's arms anchor. Jordan? Footnote. Faded. Yet humanity's thread pulled gentle. July heatwave. Letter arrived, handwritten. Postmarked Austin, Jordan's words. Sparse, therapy's hard. Learning me. Thanks for the forgiveness, it stuck. Be happy. Asher folded it away. Not burning this time. Not hate. Just release. August whispered autumn. Their life a steady hum, morning runs. Evening reads, Asher devouring Baldwin. Liam sketching beside. One night, balcony under stars. Rusty snoring. Liam said, marry me? Someday. Asher laughed. Tears joyful. Someday soon. In the weave of days. Asher found his north, not fixed, but fluid. Guided by love earned, not chased. Jordan had been storm, Liam, harbor. And Asher? The ship? Sailing true. Autumn's palette deepened. Leaves crunching underfoot as Asher and Liam navigated the labyrinth of wedding planning. Not the event, but the idea. A someday shimmering on the horizon like a mirage turned real. They pored over magazines at kitchen tables. Dog-eared pages of beach ceremonies and backyard vows. Rusty chewing a corner in protest. Elope to Big Sur? Liam suggested. Eyes alight. Asher grinned, circling a photo of cliffs meeting sea. Or Vermont, fall colors. Flannel. It was less about the how, more the why, commitment as choice. Daily and defiant. Work surged forward, Asher's star rose. Headhunted by a boutique firm specializing in inclusive campaigns. The leap terrified, stability for risk, but Liam's hand in his over-goodbye drink sealed it. You've got this, Liam said. Toasting with IPAs. Jordan's echo? Think now. Like radio static. Tuned out. A LinkedIn ping came once, Jordan's profile. Updated, freelance creative. Austin-based. Grateful for second acts. Asher liked it. A nod to shared history. Then scrolled on. November chill brought Thanksgiving redux. This time hosting, turkey brined in the tiny oven. Sides potluck from friends. Mom cornered Asher by the sink. Suds bubbling. That Liam, he looks at you like you're the sun. Asher hugged her. Whispering. He is. Dad clapped Liam's back. Gruff approval. Treat him right. Kid. Laughter filled the brownstone. Walls thin but hearts thick. A chosen family forged in feasts and forgiveness. Winter solstice loomed. Their first as fiancés in waiting. They decorated the tree, mismatched ornaments from thrift dives. A star Liam carved from pine. Stringing lights? Asher paused. Bulb in hand. Think we'll regret no big wedding? Liam looped tinsel. Thuffle. It's a quiet fire. They burned a Yule log in the fireplace insert. Flames dancing shadows. Reading poetry aloud. Whitman on comrades. Rich and multiform. In the hush. Asher felt it. Profound as roots. But life's script twisted. December's Eve. Liam's gallery show, a queer portrait series. Faces raw and radiant. Asher hung the invite on the fridge. Pride swelling. Opening night crackled, wine flowing. Critics murmuring. Liam in a velvet blazer. Nervous charm on full. Asher manned the door, greeting guests, until a face from the fringe, Tyler, broad and brooding, nursing a red cup. "Heard about this," Tyler said, voice low. Jordan mentioned. Asher's pulse spiked, but he held ground. "Congrats to him." "Enjoy the show." Tyler lingered, eyes appraising. "He's good now." "Asked me to pass this." A slip of paper, Jordan's scrawl, "If you're ever in Texas." Asher crumpled it, polite smile stealing. "Tell him thanks." "But no." Tyler nodded, vanishing into the crowd. Liam found him later, brow furrowed. "Old ghost," Asher exhaled, handing the wad. Liam read. "Trash it." "You're here." They toasted amid canvases. Liam's arm warm. The night a triumph, sold pieces. Buzz building. New Year tiptoed in gentle. A quiet countdown at home, champagne bubbly. Rusty in a party hat. Fireworks on TV. To horizons, Liam said, clinking. Asher pulled him close, whispering, "And home." Resolutions evolved. Asher's, "Embrace the unknown." Liam's, "Paint more hearts." They honeymooned early. A weekend in the Poconos, snowshoeing trails, hot tub steams, love lazy underquilts. Spring equinox marked 1 year post-alley. A private anniversary Asher claimed for growth. He journaled it, the shatter, the shards reassembled stronger. Therapy tapered. Sessions now check-ins. His counselors nod affirming, "You've integrated it." Liam's show led to commissions, queer icons reimagined. Magazine spreads. Asher's new firm buzzed, pitches for trans rights orgs. His voice amplified. Summer solstice circled back. Fire Island redux, but there's a lone. Ferry chugging. Dunes whispering. They walked the beach barefoot. Waves licking toes. No driftwood carvings. Instead, the sand heart. Ephemeral. "This is enough," Asher said. Salt on lips. Liam kissed him. Sun-dipping gold. More than. Fall's harvest brought the question formal, over cider at an orchard. Apples crisp. Liam knelt, ring simple. Silver band etched with stars. "Marry me." All the days. Tears blurred. Asher's yes a vow renewed. News spread wildfire. Cheers. Thus. Mom's squeal over FaceTime. Winter wedding. Intimate, Vermont barn. Snow blanketing fields. 50 souls in wool and wonder. Asher in tweed. Liam in corduroy. Vows handwritten, "I choose your storms and calms." Rings exchanged. Kiss ceiling. Rusty as ringbearer. Tail wagging chaos. Reception danced hearty, fiddles and folk. Pies steaming. Toast teary. Honeymoon in Big Sur. Cliffs crashing. Redwoods towering, hikes hand in hand. Sunset sipped. Nothing alike? Asher mused one eve. Wrapped in Liam. Perfectly matched. Liam laughed. Nuzzling. Our story. Years layered, adoptions talked. Careers crested, Asher authoring a diversity playbook. Liam's gallery solo. Jordan? Christmas cards once. Then silence, lives diverged. Amicable orbits. In the end, Asher's portrait shifted, eyes steady. Lips curvature. Half-body in golden light. Vulnerability laced with victory. was human, forgiving. And in Liam's gaze, he saw forever reflected true.